Hello guys, it's your boy Zazzy Joker and welcome back to another video on my channel. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can improve your aim in Valorant. Aiming is the core mechanic of any shooting game. In Valorant, you'll need decent aim to hit some nasty headshots on the enemies, and this video is going to cover so many topics which will help you improve your aim in Valorant. Before starting this video, I would like to say that if you are new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe for more Valorant tips and tricks. I'll be bringing many more Valorant tips and tricks in the future which will help you improve your performance. Let's begin with the video. Crosshair positioning is one of the most important things which will help you improve your aim in Valorant. You will need to practice good crosshair movement. You should always keep your crosshair at the head level. Don't keep too high or too low. Keep it closest to the center level. I have spectated a lot of players who keep their crosshair literally anywhere on the screen and miss out some of the easiest headshots. Don't look at the ground, don't wave back and forth, always have your crosshair pointed at the next spot an enemy could appear. Don't get too frustrated, you're going to struggle at first and some people are going to make fun of it, just mute them and move on. Don't let it bother you, just focus on improving at your own pace. I would like to give you a small tip that do not keep your crosshair placement very close and tight to the corner. Very few people use slow pick, so you might as well aim just a little bit away from the corner. Most of the time you want to keep your crosshair a bit away from the angle and play with your reaction time. Do not hold the angles too tight. In certain circumstances, holding really tight angles can be good, but most of the time holding a bit wide angles from the corner are good so that you won't require to use flick shots. Removing the need to flick means reducing randomness, and you should never rely on flick shots for 100% accuracy. You really want to have good crosshair placement over everything. The next important tip which you should know is about ADS. Valorant is not the game in which you should ADS with your guns. If you don't know what ADS is, ADS means aiming down sights, which happens when you press right click and zoom in with your weapon. There are many disadvantages of using ADS in Valorant. Fire rate decreases, your field of view decreases, and also your movement speed decreases. And if that doesn't convince you, let me tell you that a majority of the time, not using ADS will save you time and make kills quicker to finish. As you will play more and start facing experienced players, you'll see that you won't even have time to use ADS against players of that level. It's essentially not a good habit to develop of using the ADS in Valorant. It might feel difficult at first without using the ADS, especially in the long range fights. It's going to be difficult controlling the recoil without using the ADS, but that's the thing you will have to learn naturally. So stop using the ADS and only use the hip fire. Speaking of natural aim, let me come to the next point, which is to control your recoil. In the previous point, I mentioned about stop using the ADS and using the hip fire on the target. Now I want you to understand how recoil works in Valorant. The recoil in Valorant has random spread, but it follows a predictable path that can be easily countered. If you go in practice mode and use Phantom or Vandal, if you spray with these weapons, you will notice that the path of your bullets goes in upward direction and spreads randomly in left or right position. These can be solved by dragging your mouse in the downward position while spraying with your weapon. You can reduce the vertical recoil even more by crouching and shooting at the target. Also remember that spraying is not a good way to shoot in Valorant. Tap fire will be your best bet in the long range fights, and it will help a lot in improving your recoil control. If you feel like it's difficult for you to tap fire and if you see yourself doing a lot of spraying when you see the enemy, then I will recommend you to start buying Guardian weapon more often until you are comfortable with the tapping instead of spraying. Guardian is the weapon in which tap fire is the only way of shooting bullets, so that will help you a lot in getting the tap fire momentum in your muscle memory. Once you feel comfortable with tap firing, start using Vandal because Vandal is one shot headshot kill no matter the distance between you and the opponent. Phantom is not a one-shot headshot when the opponent is long-range distance from you. Trust me guys, tap fire is very important in recoil control and will help you improve your aim in the long run. Also, you can decide if you should tap fire or spray from how far you are from your opponent. Most of the time, for medium and long-range fights, I prefer use tap fire to maintain recoil control. Remember to keep in mind my other tips which I mentioned before in this video about crosshair positioning, using hip fire and more. For close range fights, using spray fire is generally a good option. Another very important tip to take care in Valorant is movement. Movement is very important in tactical shooters. Compared to CSGO, movement is pretty forgiving in this game. You will lose a lot of accuracy when moving. Never try to WASD while shooting. You will never get decent accuracy while moving and shooting at the same time. So always make sure you're standing or crouching completely still when hitting your targets. You need to completely stop before taking your first shot on the opponent. However, this is not the case with Phantom. Phantom is actually overpowered, or you can say broken, when it comes to moving and shooting accuracy. Look at this, I can really full run with Phantom and it's pretty accurate. When you shoot with the Phantom, the first bullet goes to the point of your sight and the second and third bullet goes slightly higher, so they give more headshots if aimed at the neck. Also, the neck and collarbone area counts as a headshot in this game. I know, pretty weird, but giant headshot hitboxes when compared to some other FPS games. The last point which I want to cover in this video is your sensitivity. You definitely should try to find your perfect sensitivity as soon as possible to get the muscle memory grinded in. You should learn how to calculate EDPI and make sure that your EDPI is in the range of 200 to 400. The equation to calculate EDPI is on the screen right now. Your in-game sensitivity multiplied by your mouse DPI. In my case, the EDPI is 304. Most of the pro players use the range of 200 to 400 EDPI. Now, if you are not able to find that perfect sensitivity, my suggestion would be to make minor adjustments in your sensitivity. Try doing some flicks in the practice mode. If you find yourself over flicking, then you might want to lower a bit, and if you are under flicking, then raise your sensitivity a little bit. Now, of course, don't do it every few minutes. If you change it once, then give your hand a little bit of time to adapt to the new change and play for a few days, and if you are still uncomfortable, then make minor adjustments again. Of course, your biggest goal is to just improve your aim naturally, and I'm sure the tips which I provided will drastically benefit you in the long run. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more such Valorant content. I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday on YouTube, so if you want to join and have a little bit of fun, then you're most welcome. If you have any doubts, then feel free to drop a comment or join my Discord server, and you will find many pro Valorant players that can help you in Valorant or many other games. Thank you so much, guys. See you soon in the next video.